Yes, then I will continue with the class. See, last class we have discussed the chemical properties of alkynes. In that, two properties I've done. One is addition of hydrogen and the other one was addition of halogen. Yes, now it's fine, no? I think now it is like proper. The screen is okay, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, then we'll continue. Yeah, what I was telling is we have finished with two properties of alkynes. One was addition of hydrogen, we have finished. Hydrogen addition is over. One more we have done, addition of halogen. Okay, these two are done. This was first one, this was second one, which we have finished. Okay. Now we will proceed with the next chemical property, that is addition of hydrogen halide. Okay. So we are proceeding with this addition of hydrogen halide. So I will directly start with the example. Okay. So if I take now ethyne, I will take ethyne. So ethyne on reaction with hydrogen halide, I am taking example of HBr. You know, hydrogen halide generally can be written as H and then X, where X can be any halogen attached to the hydrogen. Okay, so I am taking HBr itself. So now here, if I take HBr, you know it's a polar molecule. You can break them down into H plus and Br minus. Now you are adding to a symmetrical unsaturated alkynes. Okay, if it is symmetrical, you can add it anywhere. Okay, this hydrogen can be added anywhere because the compound what you are going to get is similar. I believe you remember same thing we have done for the alkenes also. I told you if you are adding unsymmetrical molecule to a symmetrical alkene, the product what you get, it is same. Okay, so I can add it on any side and I will write the product. So I will add this hydrogen here and bromine here. Okay, so on addition what I will get is this carbon now will have two hydrogen. No? Initially it had one hydrogen. Now you're breaking this bond and adding one hydrogen across this, one bromine across this. So I will have CH2, then double bond, and then we have CH. But to this carbon, you will have one bromine extra. Okay. Instead of that bond, we are adding one bromine. Okay. Now further the reaction can happen. Further, I can make them to react with HBr. Okay, so further if I make them to react with plus HBr, I will write here. Okay, means I am adding this HBr to this compound. Now again, you can break them down. H is plus and Br is minus. Okay, see now when you are adding this HBr to this carbon-carbon double bond, where are you supposed to add? Now you can't randomly add them. Okay, now the addition should happen according to which rule? It should happen according to Markovnikov rule. Okay, this addition should take place according to Markovnikov rule. And what does Markovnikov rule says? Markovnikov rule says that the negative part of this adding molecule, that means that Br, okay, the negative part of the adding molecule will go to the carbon having less number of hydrogen. Yes, very good, correct. And the positive part should go to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. Okay, so you will take the negative part to the carbon having less number of hydrogen. Where there is less number of hydrogen, between these two carbon you have to check. Okay, across a double bond you have to check. So here you can see there is only one hydrogen and this side we are having two hydrogen. So that means this carbon has less number of hydrogen. So negative part will go to the carbon having less number of hydrogen and this positive part you will take to the other carbon. Okay, this positive part you will take towards this carbon. Yes. Okay, so the compound what you will get will be CH3. CH3. Okay, I'm adding one hydrogen extra here. So I will get CH3. Then I will have single bond. Then CH is already there. One Br was existing on the carbon. One more Br you are going to add on this side. Okay. Now what type of halide is this? Is it a geminal halide or a vicinal halide? Can you answer what is geminal and vicinal? You remember, no? So my question is now, what type of halide you are getting here? Yes, good, very good. Others also can answer. If halogen atoms are attached to same carbon atom, what do you call them? You can see, here two bromine atoms are attached to same carbon. If they are to the adjacent carbon, adjacent means vicinity of each other. That means it is vicinal. If they are attached to same carbon atom, it's called as geminal. Okay. So at the end, what you get on addition of hydrogen halide is geminal dihalides. Okay. So this is the a reaction what takes place. So you can write down alkynes react with hydrogen halide and they add according to Markovnikov rule. Okay. First place you can do anything because it's symmetrical. If it is unsymmetrical, then you will go according to Markovnikov rule. And at the end, what you get will be geminal dihalide. Generally, geminal dihalide will be formed. Okay. Now you can name this compound also. This final compound we can name. So the name of this compound will be number them first. Okay. This will be the first carbon and this would be the second because you have prefix attached to it. First position you have two bromine atoms attached. So it is 1, 1, then dibromo, 1, 1 dibromo, then two carbon atom. Dibromo, two carbon atom is called as ethane. Okay, yes, students, write it down. Yeah, I'll take one more example. See, now I'm giving you propine. Now to propine plus HBr they will give you. Okay, then you have to complete this reaction. So then what will you do here? Where are you going to add? Now break this down again. H I am breaking as H plus and Br minus. See, now when you are adding, you are supposed to add where the double bond or triple bonds are present. So we have the carbon over here with triple bond. Okay. So now you can see this carbon has one hydrogen. You can see this first carbon has one hydrogen and this carbon doesn't have anything. That means it's zero hydrogen. Correct? So where you are going to add now? The negative part should be added to the carbon having less number of hydrogen. That means Br should go to this carbon. Only carbon which is there, no, because they have less number of hydrogen, it's 0. And this hydrogen should go to this carbon, correct? So the compound what you are going to get will be CH3, okay, then Br will come to the second carbon, so Br you will have here, and then triple bond will break down, no, triple bond will break down, then you will have double bond, then one more extra hydrogen coming to CH2. Okay, so this CH will have one more hydrogen, you will get CH2. Okay, done. Now further you can make the reaction. Further if I make them to react. Okay, another HBr plus HBr if I add. Further if I have a reaction, then again break them down. Breaking this as H plus and then Br minus. Again you count. See, across the double bond, I have here less number of hydrogen, correct? No, here 0 hydrogen is there and here I am having 2 hydrogen. So again negative part should go to the carbon having less number of hydrogen and positive should go to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. Yes, very good, correct. So the product is CH3 and then yes, H will go to, yeah, correct. So I will have Br here and Br on this side and then double bond will break down. You will be left with single bond and then CH2 will become CH3 because they are taking one more hydrogen. Yes, this is the compound. Yes, correct, Rion. That's the answer. So answer is correct. Yes. Okay, so 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, second position, we are having 2 bromine. So 2, 2, dibromo, then 3 carbon atoms. So propane. This is the product. Okay, understood? Yes. So even in this compound, if you see, we have got geminal dihalide itself. You can see 2 bromine atom attached to the same carbon atom. So if you take alkynes and do HBr addition or any hydrogen halide addition, your product will be geminal dihalides. Okay. Next one. Next reaction is cyclic polymerization. Okay. Now, when you take ethyne and make it to react with the together, means all of these ethynes, when they are made to react together, okay, so they undergo a reaction where they form a cycle. Okay, they form a cycle to give you a benzene. Okay, now to form a benzene, this is what happens in cyclic polymerization, because to form a benzene, cyclic means what, you're closing the ring. So benzene is one of the stable structure which can be formed during the reaction. So here 3 molecules of ethynes combine together, 3 molecules of ethine combine together, and then finally they give rise to benzene. Okay, so this reaction takes place in the hot ion tube, okay, which is maintained around, this hot ion tube is maintained around 873 Kelvin, where 3 molecules undergo cyclic polymerization to form benzene. Okay, so I am taking now ethyne molecule here. So you can write directly 3 ethyne molecule. Ethyne is H C triple bond C and then H in the presence of red hot ion tube, and they undergo cyclic polymerization. Condition is this, 873 Kelvin, this reaction takes place. Okay, so they combine together. Finally, what you get is benzene. Okay, so you get a benzene. Now see how the reaction takes place, like how they might be linking with each other, that I will show you here. So I'm writing now 3 molecules. I will write in the form of benzene. Okay, so here I'm writing it in this fashion. Okay, we have CH, then triple bond CH. Then another molecule I will write here this way. This we are writing just to show that how the benzene can be written together. Okay, in this way. See, another one I have written here, CH and CH. So during the reaction, what happens is, in the presence of red hot ion tube, these will undergo breaking. Okay, they will undergo breakage. So here this bond will shift here. Okay, this bond will shift here, and in turn when the electron comes between this carbon atom, this valency will become unsatisfied, so that will shift between this carbon and this carbon, and this bond will be shifted towards this side. So wherever triple bond is there, no, that will break down and it will form a double bond. So finally here, wherever there was no bond, now ethyne are 2 carbon atom molecules which are stable by themselves. Now to form a benzene, they need to link with each other. So here this bond, triple bond, will break down and then electrons will come here. In this also you break down and link it like that. Okay. So finally you get benzene. So here there will be one double bond and this single bond, because between the 2 carbon atom bonding takes place. Then again this double bond which is there, then again single bond and this double bond. Okay. So benzene is being formed. This is how the reaction happens. So you can directly write ethyne molecule in the presence of red hot ion tube giving you benzene. This we write just to show you how the linking happens. Okay. Or else this would be fine. And this is a reaction used to prepare benzene also. So you can make use of ethyne gas, pass them to this particular setup, that is red hot ion tube, which is maintained around 873 Kelvin. It will give rise to benzene. Okay, next chemical property we are having. That is addition of water. Okay, addition of water we are going to do for these molecules. So ethyne molecule itself I'm considering. Let me, ethyne you can take, even you can take propine. Okay, we'll take propine here. So CH3, C, triple bond and then CH. Okay, so I'm taking propine. Addition of water you are going to do to this. Like we have done for alkene, similar way, you can break this water into two. Okay, in the two form, that is H plus and OH minus ion. Okay, now can you tell me where should be this ions going to? I have broken them down to H plus and OH minus. Where should I take this H plus and where should I take this OH minus? Yes, correct. H plus should go towards according to Markovnikov rule, correct? OH minus, negative part should go to the carbon having less number of hydrogen and positive part should go to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. Yes, so OH minus should go towards the carbon, this carbon, which doesn't have a hydrogen. Okay, so that means they have less hydrogen. And here this H plus should go to CH. Yes, so your compound will be, what you are going to get will be CH3, then you will get COH. Okay, OH, and then here we will be left with double bond and then CH2. Okay, this will be the compound which will be formed. Initially this compound will be formed. Now this reaction is done in the presence of dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, sulfuric acid is required. If you remember, for alkene also we have taken water in the presence of acid. So acid helps you to add this water, otherwise normally water will not go and get added up across the triple bond. Okay, and one more thing, what happens here, since there is triple bond, these compounds are there, no, they are little less reactive. Okay, because of these triple bond which is present, their reactivity is very low. Okay, so easily addition of water does not take place, so we require a catalyst for it. So mercury sulfate is taken as a catalyst. So I'm writing here HgSO4. HgSO4 stands for mercuric. Okay, it stands for mercuric sulfate. So conditions are these. Okay, mercuric sulfate will serve as a catalyst to increase the rate of the reaction. If you don't add mercuric sulfate, the reaction is found to be very slow. Okay, easily the product will not be formed. Okay, now this is formed initially. Now after this, what happens? See, after this compound has been formed, there is a rearrangement of this bond taking place. Okay, so this bond which is there, OH bond, those electron shifts between the carbon and carbon, and when the bond shifts over here, carbon valency becomes more. Okay, they will get 5 bonds. So due to which this pi bond will be shifted on this side. Okay, so due to which this pi bond shifts here. When this pi bond shifts, see, I will write that intermediate. You don't have to write that. You can directly write the final compound. I'm just showing you. See here, I'm shifting this bond on this side. So I'll get carbon and oxygen double bond. And this bond is shifted on the other side. So you'll get CH2 minus. And this H plus ion will go out. Okay. This H plus ion goes out, and that H plus ion which has gone out will combine with this CH2 minus, giving you CH3. That H plus will come and combine here. This H plus will combine with this CH2 minus. Okay, so see the final compound what you get will be, I'll write it over here. Okay, so finally after this rearrangement has happened, you get CH3, then C double bond O, and then CH3. Okay, that's propanone. Okay, propane 2-one you can write, or propanone you can write. So propanone, also commonly called as acetone, is formed. A ketone is formed. So there was a rearrangement. You saw that when a double bond and then OH group is present. Okay, so here you have a alkene group, and the other side on the same carbon you are having alcohol group. So you remember there will be a rearrangement always taking place, because this will be the stable compound which is formed. Okay, so that rearrangement, in that rearrangement you will shift this bond of OH towards the carbon and oxygen, and this electron you shift on the carbon, making them negative. So that negative carbon will immediately take H plus ion. So this ketone will be formed as a stable compound. Okay. So here actually what has happened, if you observe carefully, if you observe, they are having same molecular formula. See, this compound and this compound, they have same molecular formula. 3 carbon are there, 3 carbon we are having, and then they have 3 hydrogen with them, and then there is 1 oxygen. Okay, this compound also it's a similar. Sorry, 6 hydrogen are there. 3 carbon, 6 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Here also 3 carbon, 6 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Same molecular formula. But what is the difference you are finding? The difference is in the connectivity of atoms. Okay, this hydrogen has just shifted itself to the other position. So that is the difference. So such compounds are called as tautomers. Okay, these are called as tautomers. And the process of them shifting over here, that is called as tautomerism. Okay, the phenomenon which took place over here, that's called as tautomerism. Tautomerism means where the compound, they have same molecular formula, but then they differ in their atoms connectivity. Okay, the arrangement of atoms are different here. Okay, it's like they have shifted from one place to another place. This hydrogen from this oxygen has got shifted towards this carbon. That is a difference. Okay. So propine finally gives you acetone as the compound in the presence of water, and these are the other reagents which we have added. Yes, students, now write it down. Okay. One more property remaining. See the last one, that is acidic character of alkynes. Now how they have found out these alkynes are acidic in nature? See, how do you find out that acid has H plus ion? This is like from your high school, if you remember, one property of acid is that if you take acid and make it to react with a metal, okay, if acid is made to react with a metal, you know that they form salt, and along with the salt there is a release of hydrogen gas, correct? No, there will be hydrogen gas which will be released. So that means during the reaction, what the metal does is, metal will be able to displace the highly reactive metals. Highly reactive metal displaces the hydrogen, and then that hydrogen, you know, hydrogen does not come out as H. They combine with another hydrogen and comes out in the form of H2 gas. Okay, so this H2 gas will escape out. So like that only they wanted to check whether these alkynes are acidic in nature or not. Okay, whether they can release H plus. If they are able to release this hydrogen gas during the reaction, that means they are acidic in nature. Okay, so when this ethyne, when I take ethyne as the example, when ethyne is made to react with most reactive metals, like I am taking now here sodium. Okay, so during the reaction they have found that there is hydrogen gas released. So that hydrogen gas, if it has released, that means this sodium during the reaction, what it has done is, it is able to displace this hydrogen, okay, which is present next to the carbon. And it gave rise to this compound C, H, then triple bond C, and then Na. Okay, so this Na, this C I am just writing as a minus charge, and Na is positive, because the bond which will be formed now here, that will be ionic bond. So whenever there is ionic bond, we write that as Na plus and C minus. Okay, plus half H2L, right? Means hydrogen gas is released. Okay. Further, when this was made to react, okay, further if you take this compound, HC triple bond, then C minus and Na plus, and make it to react with sodium, okay, again this sodium was able to displace this hydrogen, okay, and the compound what you get will be Na plus, this C minus I am taking here, then triple bond C minus, and then Na plus. Again half hydrogen I am removing out. Okay, so hydrogen gas is released again, giving you this compound. Okay, so this compound name, if you want, it is, the first one is sodium ethanide. Okay, 2 carbon is there, no? So ethanide. And then here 2 sodiums are there. So disodium ethanide is being form. Okay, so here you can see it indicates that this carbon hydrogen which is there, that's acidic in nature. This hydrogen which is directly attached to the carbon, it's acidic because when they are made to react with highly reactive metals, they give hydrogen gas to us. Okay, further now they wanted to check whether all the hydrogen which is present, are they acidic in nature. Okay, like now if I take this compound propine, if I take another example, I'm taking propine, CH3 C triple bond, and then we have CH. Okay, so when this compound was made to react with the sodium, see during the reaction what happened now? During the reaction this sodium was able to displace this hydrogen. Okay, and it gave rise to CH3 C triple bond C minus and then Na plus hydrogen gas, half H2 gas is released. Okay, so this is what happened during the reaction. They found that only this carbon is there. No, that carbon's hydrogen was removed out. Whereas here also you can see there is carbon and hydrogens are attached to that carbon. This hydrogen, nothing happened. That means this hydrogen which is attached over here, that's not acidic in nature. The carbon, okay, this carbon which is with triple bond, to that whatever hydrogen is attached, that was found to be acidic in nature. Okay, reason I will tell you why the reason is like that. Only where triple bond is present, okay, these terminal ones, okay, triple bond where it is there, okay, so we call them as terminal hydrogen. This terminal hydrogen started showing acidic character. Why, that we will understand with the hybridization. See, if you have triple bond and if there is a single bond, you know what hybridization they have. Correct, no? Can you tell me, students, what is the hybridization we have for carbon-carbon which is triple bonded? Yes, sp is the hybridization. Very good. And here, which is single bond, you know, sp3 is the hybridization for this. So, sp hybridization means there is 50% of s character and there is 50% of p character. Okay. And if it is sp3 hybridization, you know, there is only 25% of s character and 75% what we have, that's the p character. Okay. So you have 50% s character, and you know s orbital is the one which is closely associated with the nucleus. S orbital comes immediately after the nucleus. Okay, so if s orbitals are near to the nucleus and if their percentage is more, they will have more tendency to hold the electrons. Okay, they will have more tendency to hold the electrons towards themselves, means they will be more in ease of taking the electron towards themselves. Okay, so all these electrons will be shifted towards themselves and they will release this hydrogen ion very easily. Whereas here what happens? The percentage of s character what is there, it's very less. That means they don't have that much craving for the electrons, whereas this carbon is more keen of taking the electrons towards themselves. Okay, so when they draw those electrons towards themselves, then it becomes easy for them to release this H ion. Okay, hydrogen ion will be released very easily in the reaction. Followed now why this particular triple bonded ones are acidic in nature. So that acidic character we are explaining with the hybridization. Okay, so wherever you see that the hydrogen atom is attached to triply bonded carbon atom, they will be having more s character. More s character means they will have more hold on the electrons, means they like the electrons more. So they will try to take all the electron density towards themselves and make the hydrogen ion to be released very easily. Okay, acidic means what? H plus ion should be released easily in the solution. So they found to be releasing that H plus ion easily. Now here see, now here if you want to discuss the acidic character, they should release hydrogen ion. So here there is no possibility, no, for them to release. This carbon doesn't have anything attached to them. So they won't release any hydrogen ion. Whereas we have only this carbon who is attached with the hydrogen. But they are more electronegative in nature. Since we don't have any hydrogen attached, they can't release. Here we have hydrogen attached, so they release it very easily. Okay. Yes, students. Now you can write this down, okay? Write it down. Acidic character of alkynes. You can write like this. Acid reacts with metal to give salt plus hydrogen gas, okay? So here, example wise, I have taken this. So like that only, ethyne when made to react with sodium, it forms sodium ethanide and hydrogen gas. And here itself you write down that this shows that ethyne is acidic in nature. This shows that ethyne is acidic in nature. Similarly, propine also. Okay. Propine, when react with the sodium, it gives sodium propanide. You can take sodium, even you can take sodium, soda amide, sodium with NH2 group. Soda amide also can be taken. Okay. But I have kept the same thing here because that also is like in the solution, it easily takes H plus ion. You have seen that during the reaction also. During the preparation of alkynes, if you remember, we have made use of Na and H2. Okay, because it's very good in taking H plus ion. It's a strong base which can take H plus ion very easily. So here it's the same thing, whatever I explained you just now, that terminal alkynes, they show acidic character because of the triple bond. Okay, because of the triple bond, they are acidic in nature. So here sp hybridized carbon, because they are more electronegative than compared to sp2 and sp3. So the shared pair of electrons will be drawn towards themselves. So they are easily able to dissociate that H plus ion, showing acidic nature.